Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Ōkami. Last time, after clearing the city of the evil mist, we went around Seon City and did a lot of side quests. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Probably too many, in fact, because that episode actually wound up being quite a bit longer than I would have liked. But anyway, this time we are going to be heading back to Sasa Sanctuary to see what Kaguya wanted to check out. And I realized that I never actually showed off what Veil of Mist does last time. Mainly because I didn't need to use it. What you want to do is you want to find one of these origin mirrors, the ultimate origin mirrors, and walk up to it. And then, simply draw an X over the face of the mirror. What that will do is it will bring up all of the ultimate origin mirrors that you have visited thus far on your adventure. And surprise surprise, one of them is indeed in Sasa Sanctuary. Yeah, super quick. It just plunks you to any ultimate origin mirror you could possibly want to check out, which I think is amazing. Never ever ever buy mermaid coins again, because with this you're pretty much set, and it costs nary a penny. Anyway, we want to head to the deepest part of Sasa Sanctuary where the bamboo grove is, so I will meet you guys right over there. Alrighty, here we are in the innermost part of Sasa Sanctuary, and I have to say, this area seems to go pretty underappreciated, because I think this is one of the prettiest areas in the game that I can think of. I don't see it mentioned very often. The gods be praised! Is it really you, Kaguya? I never thought I'd see you again after the Emperor suddenly summoned you to the city. Kaguya. Dear Kaguya. It feels like ages since we last met, Grandfather. My, look at all those new wrinkles. Have I worried you so? Oh, Grandfather. I thought you guys would run into each other here. I'm happy for you two. Oh, Kaguya, let us live together happily ever after. We could sell my bamboo ware, just you and me. Huh? Oh, What's wrong, Kaguya? Do you have to return to the Emperor? No, that's not it. It's just... I cannot live with you, Grandfather. Huh? Huh? What are you talking about, Kaguya? You're not eloping or running away from something, are you? I didn't know you were here, Grandfather. It would have been better if we had not met before I departed. Depart? Where are you going? I'm not sure. The royal crest carved into the earth here in Sasa Sanctuary. It calls to me. What the? Kaguya, what are you doing? It's as if I'm being driven by some invisible force. Below this crest, far below the earth, something linked to my mysterious past awaits. I must go. I must see what lies within this hole. Kaguya! Kaguya! No, don't do it, Bamboo Girl. It's too dangerous. After her, Ami. Yep, guess what we get to do? We get to do a digging minigame, because if there's one thing that you want to do when you're playing Ōkami, it's do a digging minigame, apparently. Really not sure what was going through the developers' minds when they decided, hey, let's put a digging minigame right here, because that's exciting. Alright, where is she anyway? There she is. We need to turn her around and then get her blown over here to us. Alrighty. This one, honestly, this digging minigame, I don't think it's too terrible. The developers did tend to be kind with this game because all of the stuff that's required is actually not terrible. It's the optional digging minigames that you really have to watch out for. Alright, just head right on over here, Kaguya. Alright, we can make it. You really, really, really want the golden ink pot for this, in case you didn't realize, because it is actually quite helpful to you in this case. Alright, we need to get out of this water, and we need Kaguya to get straight up there. Alright. Can we please reach the... There we go. Alright, we need to get her all the way to the bottom as you... Why did you go that way? Ay, ay, ay. I have to say, the AI for the partners in the digging minigames can get pretty darned bad at times. Alright, good, you're over this way. We just need to get her all the way to the bottom, nothing crazier than that. Luckily, as I mentioned before, this digging minigame is mandatory for you to complete the adventure, which sorta means that it's easier in some respects, I guess, although as you notice, there's quite a lot of cases in which we have to make the characters go up, which is kinda crazy. But this should be the last little hurdle for us, because if we can get Kaguya to go up here, please. There we go. That should be it, because right under this rock is indeed the bottom. Alright, Kaguya, you can make it. Alright, let's just speed her up here a bit. I believe the spot is right around here that we want. Alright, yes, there we go. Not too terrible. Bamboo girl? What the heck? Looks like a bamboo shoot, except it's metal and insanely huge. This is what was calling me. It's the link to my mysterious past. Kaguya, I knew that this giant bamboo shoot was buried here in Sasa Sanctuary. You did? But one day, many years ago, I came here to cut down some bamboo. Suddenly, this giant bamboo shoot appeared right before my eyes. Your cold and nearly lifeless body came tumbling out. Then, this giant bamboo shoot disappeared back into the ground. You were as cold as ice and looked like you might die at any minute. I quickly picked you up and rushed home. My dearly departed wife and I nursed you back to health. We had always wanted a child. You were like a blessing from the heavens. You brought joy into our lives. I couldn't tell you the truth. I feared that if you found out, you would seek out this strange bamboo shoot. I feared that it would take you away from us forever. Don't go. Don't go, Kaguya. Grandfather. I always thought of you and dearly departed grandmother as my real family, and that feeling shall never fade. Though I may leave, my heart remains with you. Remember that. But I cannot stay here with you. A mysterious force is calling me. I cannot resist. I must discover where I came from. Don't worry, I will come back to you. I just need to know. So, I beg you, oh grandfather dear, see me off with a smile on your face. Okay, I will, Kaguya. Go wherever you may. I only ask that when you get there, you remember one thing. You are my precious grandchild. Never forget that. You are my dearest, most precious grandchild. Oh, grandfather. His precious grandchild. Huh? Oh, I wasn't thinking about home or anything. No, really. Isun, Amaterasu. I'm forever grateful to you. I could never thank you enough for what you did for me. But please, accept this as a token of my appreciation. And we obtain the Fire Tablet. You remember last episode the Emperor mentioned a Sea of Fire? Maybe this could help out with that a little bit. It was my sole link to my mysterious past. But now that I'm returning home, I shall need it no longer. May it help you in your travels. It is time. Time for me to depart. Thank you, you two. Thank you, grandfather. Farewell, and may we meet again someday. Well, it's gone. Wonder where it's headed. I hope that bamboo girl has a safe journey wherever it leads. Hey, Ami, get the lead out. We got sidetracked helping that bamboo girl. Let's get going. We have work to do. We gotta rake that queen over the coals. She's got some explaining to do. As many of you have probably guessed, Kaguya is indeed an alien from outer space. She comes from a mysterious tribe that is said to have originated from the moon, and I just noticed there's a treasure chest over here we never grabbed, wow. Yes, Kaguya comes from a mysterious tribe that lives on the moon. Oh my god, a golden peach? I cannot believe I missed that. And that fire tablet that she gave us is actually a relic created by this tribe. Really, really interesting stuff. There are other mentions of this tribe throughout the game, and they actually will become pretty important later on, so this is actually a neat little detail to point out. And wow, I missed a lot of treasures right here. Grab that incense burner right there, and we want to equip this fire tablet as soon as possible. This is a holy artifact, as you can imagine. I recommend dequipping the P spell for this just because we're not going to have much trouble from Demon Scrolls where we're going next, so I don't think it's really vital to have it equipped. Anyway, with all that out of the way, what Isun said is true. We indeed want to return to Seion City as soon as possible, so I think we're going to do that. Alrighty, here we are back in the aristocratic quarter. You can tell we have the fire tablet equipped because it will spawn this glowing halo around Amaterasu, which is really, really neat. Anyway, we run right up here. We are Queen Himiko's bodyguards. She's in her palace at the moment, praying for the city. I'm under orders not to let anyone disturb her. And I take orders seriously, so that means you too, mutt. Well, well, well. Now, I suppose it's not entirely clear what you're supposed to do here, but you think if we could get in there quickly enough, they might not even notice us do it. And surprise, surprise, we just learned a new power of mist. That way, everything is so slowed down that we can just nip right in here and they won't even notice us doing it, which is really, really cool. Really nice application of this power. Anyway, back around one of the ways here. Aha, there is a clover. That is not what I was looking for, but I'll definitely take this. It probably gives a decent amount of praise, too. Just because it's quite well hidden. Let's see, 20? No, just 10. Not the best, but I think we can definitely make it work. Anyway, if we loop around the other direction, there is something very, very important that you're definitely going to want to grab. You can probably imagine what it is, considering whenever I say something there's really important you want to grab in this game. You can probably guess. Anyway, right over here, there's a treasure chest. Inside, there is, surprise, surprise, a stray bead. Very nice. Anyway, this is Queen Himiko's palace, and as you're coming over the bridge into the aristocratic quarter, you are going to notice that this thing is Very, very, very large. Quite a bit bigger than that little palace that the Emperor got all to himself. Kinda weird when you ask me. Anyway, what you want to do is head right on up here and inside. And inside, we have this lady. Why, it really is you. Her Majesty Queen Himiko has foreseen your coming. You must not delay. Please, Queen Himiko awaits on the top floor. Himiko's waiting for us? If you're really the ones Queen Himiko has been looking for, even a boiling sea of flames won't stand in your way, will it? Sea of Flames, once again, has been mentioned. Very interesting. Anyhow, if you head behind the elevator and knock this open, there's actually a second stray bead for you. Very nice. Only other stray bead we're grabbing in this video, but this is easily the most convenient time to grab both of those. Anyway, we want to head into this elevator right here, and it will take us up. And up. And up. All the way here to this floor. And as you can see, Sea of Flames and Holy Artifacts, which will basically explain to you that there are equipable items such as the fire tablet we have that will allow us to pass. This basically gives you a hint if you manage to get all the way here without having the fire tablet first. But honestly, the game makes it so obvious you have to go to Sasa Sanctuary that I wouldn't worry about it. Anyway, check out this security system. Serious stuff. And with the fire tablet, we can just swim right on through it. And then, of course, we have this super long, drawn-out hallway. Yeah, the Emperor gets, like, no security, but the Queen? Man, don't try and mess with her. Hey, Ami. I bet that's Himiko. Looks like that freaky shut-in is praying or something. Heh, the security here was pretty tight. But nothing we couldn't handle. Yeah, you tell her, Ami. Benevolent Amaterasu, I have been waiting for you. And Isun the traveling artist. You too, of course. Hey, how do you know our names? Anyway, first things first. You knew about that funky mist and the water dragon, didn't ya? You've got some explaining to do. Tell us what you're up to. My people, my poor people, their suffering torments me. Sickened by this mist, and terrorized by the water dragon. The cries of their pain wash over me like a torrent. We know what's going on. You're tormenting the people of this city. You must be a monster feeding off the ill will it generates. Now stop stalling and raise this grimy old curtain. Come on, show yourself, you old hag. Isun, your words are very harsh. But you are right. It was rude of me to hide my face from you. Benevolent Amaterasu, I, Himiko, the ruler of Seon City, offer my most sincere apologies. Queen of Seon City, Himiko. And, yep, as soon as Isun sees a pretty face, he's gonna forget all about what he just said. Ay ay ay. As ruler, I can't stand by and watch my people suffer. I, Himiko, will not allow this evil to darken Seon. My prayers will not cease until we are rid of this curse. until I have located the hateful monster's stronghold, Oni Island. What's this about a monster stronghold? Are you saying that's the source of your city's problems? Can't say I've ever heard of Oni Island or whatever you call it. Weren't you paying attention last episode, Isun? There was a throwaway mention of Oni Island right there in the middle. And what do you mean you're trying to locate the island? I mean, it's an island, right? It couldn't have just floated away. Oni Island is elusive. It vanishes each day at sundown, shifting to a new location. No one knows where in the vast, wide ocean it will reappear. So even if I wanted to dispatch an army there, it would never arrive. You don't say. Still, why do you stay cooped up in this room all day long? I mean, what good will it do to simply pray day in and day out? She trying to mess with us? This is the treasured crystal ball. Crystal ball? Crystal ball. My family, the Yamatai clan, has ruled Seion City forever. This crystal ball has been passed down through the generations. I can foresee the future in it. It told me you were coming. And it will tell me where in the ocean Oni Island will appear next. Interesting. You could find Oni Island in a jiffy with that thing. Exposing a stronghold like Oni Island demands much holy power. But if our enemies knew about my prayers, they would stop at nothing to prevent me in my mission. That is why I have locked myself away. Prayers are our only hope. But the spearhead of the enemy's forces may already be on its way. Huh. That's a pretty good story, Queenie. But I'll go along with it. I mean, what the heck? I'd do anything for a pretty lady. Hehehehe. Oh boy, Isun. Luckily, it looks like someone here's thought ahead. Ouch! Thanks for the warning. Be careful. You cannot approach me now. By taking this crystal ball in my hand, a powerful magical barrier is erected to dispel any misfortune. You will be struck down by divine forces if you try to approach. This crystal ball ensures my safety. Even if my enemies learn of my prayers, the barrier will protect me from their attacks. Interesting stuff. Anyway, talk to her again. Amaterasu, I entreat you once again. Will you hear my request? The request of all my people? Listen to what she has to say? I guess so. Sounds boring. Wow. Okay. The mighty water dragon now threatens the peace of the oceans. I don't know why it has suddenly turned to savagery. The water dragon is a sea god whose task is to maintain order. So, though it may cause harm, we invite chaos if we try to slay it. In fact, without the water dragon, Oni Island is beyond our reach. What the heck's that supposed to mean? Quit beating around the bush and just spit it out already. The key to reaching Oni Island lies in the water dragon. Even if the crystal ball shows me the location of the island's powerful shield will prevent us from reaching it. Any attempts to break the shield will only result in our own pain. But the water dragon could break the shield with ease. It could form a bridge over the sea to the island. So you're saying that you'll reveal the location of Oni Island, and the water dragon will break the barrier around it? Is that the only way to get into the enemy's stronghold? But what about the water dragon? It's out of control, right? I seriously doubt it'll be happy to help us. That is why I must ask for your help, Amaterasu. Your powers could calm the water dragon and get it to help us. I cannot leave this palace, for my prayers require all my energy. You are the only one who can take on this important task. You gotta be kidding me. You want us to make friends with that rampaging water dragon? Well, I'd do anything for a cute babe, but if my boss here says no, there ain't much I can do. Well, boss, we gonna help Himiko or what? I think we definitely want to help her. Bummer. Well, the boss has spoken. Huh? What was that, Ami? Oh, Amaterasu, you are truly benevolent. So, I entrust you with this border key. Use this key to cross the border and continue into the land beyond. And we obtained the border key. If you have been a little bit adventurous, you might have noticed a gate out on Ryoshima Coast that we could not open. Perhaps now we can. It is said there is a race which controls the water dragon. They live in the sea beyond the border, in the Dragonian domain. They may have some connection with the dragon's recent behavior. Please, calm the water dragon and open the path to Oni Island. Indeed, this is what we must do. With the border key in hand, we proceed back to Ryoshima Coast. Now look at the mess you've gotten us into, Furball. Well, at least we know who's been controlling that water dragon. Let's go pay the Dragonian domain a visit. Yeah, sounds like a really neat place right there, and also the camera inverting here can be a little bit weird. Anyway, back down this super awesome long hallway, and indeed, back into the Sea of Flames, and you'll notice our swimming speed, I believe, is actually increased quite a bit right here. Not sure why. Anyway, back down the elevator we go. Eventually. And indeed, here we are at the bottom. I wonder, does this person have anything new to say? O great Amaterasu, mother to us all, will you not answer the prayers of Queen Himiko? Indeed, this is what we must do to proceed on our adventure. And yes, I am beating around the bush a little bit. I think we are going to end off things right here, believe it or not, although I'm curious. What happens if we walk up to these guys from behind? Never actually tried it. Hey, how did you get in here, mutt? This is terrible. How did you get past our foolproof defenses? How could we let Queen Himiko down like this? Herg, get out of here, mutt. I was hoping we'd get whacked a little bit. That's always a fun little detail. But yes, and I just realized there are actually some bloomable trees back here from the looks of it. And yeah, we can actually bloom all of the trees back here for a little bit of extra praise. Let's see, we should probably do that. But anyway, yes, this episode was a little bit shorter than the one last time, but honestly, at this point, I think that's probably a good thing. Just because last episode was quite a bit longer than I would have hoped it to be, but Seance City has probably the most side quests of any area of all of Ōkami, and that's mainly because it's so huge. Anyway, let's head right over here. Bloom yet another tree. How much praise do we have? Wow, we already got 265. I could upgrade my health right now, but I think I actually want a gun for getting 10 full ink pots, just because I feel like getting 10 ink pots as soon as possible is probably what you should strive for. Especially since there is indeed one more digging minigame that we have to do, and I recommend pulling out all the stops for that one, because it is kind of insane. Also, it looks like there's a clover right over here. 10 praise? Yep, 10 praise, but any praise is good praise in my book. So yes, last episode we spent the entire time restoring the Commoner's Quarter, and I guess this time we get to spend a little time restoring the Aristocratic Quarter, and we get another Golden Peach. That is incredible. There are a lot of good items around that I just never grabbed. Infinity Stone right next to it. Holy cow. Two of, like, the best items in the game right there, one after the other. That's insane. But, I mean, I'll definitely take it because that is... Wow, that is amazing. And also, I never really noticed just how many trees are back here. And can I please get past this pole? Thank you. Man, oh man, look at how many trees there are. I wasn't expecting there to be this many. Alright, can we get... Okay, I guess that was wind. One there, one there. I could have sworn I bloomed you, but ah well. And it looks like there's even more back here. This area is a lot bigger than I expected it to be. Alright, can we get you? Oh wow, there's actually a mermaid fountain back here also. Man, there's all this stuff back here I just didn't know about. That's kind of crazy. Alrighty, I mainly just want to go around and bloom all the trees just because we can eke out a little bit more praise, although I think, if I recall correctly, we need somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 to fully upgrade our ink, which is kind of insane. So we're definitely going to want to get that taken care of as soon as possible. Bloom you, and bloom you, and I would be very, very surprised if there wasn't a treasure chest hidden all the way back here. Ah, there's actually a clover. Alright, we're going to dig this one up. And there we go. Alright, I think that is everything that we can bloom in the Aristocratic Quarter. I got really sidetracked there, actually, but you really want to bloom as much as you possibly can because it's such an easy way to get praise. But yeah, this past episode of Ōkami, we returned to Sasa Sanctuary and helped out Kaguya, who turned out to actually be an alien. From her, we got a piece of her tribe's technology, the Fire Tablet, and we were able to gain audience with Queen Himiko, who has told us that we must proceed out across the border to meet with the Dragonians, where we might find a way to calm the water dragon, because indeed we need its power to reach the enemy's stronghold. Man oh man, lots of plot progress in this episode. And next time on Ōkami, we are going to be heading out across the border and doing just that. So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.
Ōkami